Hey everybody, I've got a great video for you today because we are addressing one of the biggest problems on this Ford Ranger, and we're doing so with a really easy and fast upgrade that'll transform your truck. These new Ford Rangers are fantastic trucks, but if you get an entry-level Ranger like this XL, you're gonna get halogen headlights, and pretty much throughout the lighting on this truck just really sucks. So we've got a great solution for you today, and Andre is super eager to dive into this problem, so let's cut to him doing some install.
It was a few weeks ago when I was right here at Tumbleweed Ranch, and I was in the Andre's Pit off-road course with my friend Destin. He was on his Ford Bronco and I was in this, the Ford Ranger, and it got dark and we were off-roading in the evening time, and I realized that these stock headlamps and lights in general were not enough on this Ford Ranger. And Destin just put on F-150 LEDs on his Bronco, so I decided I would do the same with this Ford Ranger. So in this video, I'm gonna change most of the exterior lights, and I'll show you exactly how I'm doing this. And then I'm gonna show you before and after switching up my headlamps, my fog lamps, and also adding some additional lighting to this Ford Ranger. Oh yeah, Brendan, hit the light switch. I wanna show you the lights. First, I'll start with the easy part. These side marker lights in the front, they're behind this amber lens, and they have these bulbs from F-150 LEDs, so it should be pretty easy. You see the wheel liner is still here, of course, but I can reach in behind here and push up, and there's a little tab. I was pushing on this, and it just pops out. So, get this out. So there's a very basic light bulb. Let me now magically insert the LED bulb in the same space and test it before I put everything back together. Yeah, haha! Look at this, and it glows orange. How cool is that? So now I just have to twist it back in the housing. Yes, so it makes a tight seal. And then very, very simply, oh, if every light was this simple, my goodness, I would love that. Next, I'm gonna do the chimsel, the back of the cab lights, including the actual lights that light up the bed, and the brake light as well. Look at this, power tools make things better. Yes. Okay, so next up, I think this requires a little bit of force. Not a lot. Not a lot of force, but a little bit of force. Yeah, just a smidge. I just use my screwdriver very, very gently. There's a seal, and there was like a moth or a fly in there. Something was trying to live in there. But right now you could just twist. See, twist, and you get to the bulbs. Let me get my glove. I'm seeing stars. Are you seeing stars yet? So look, so that's the difference. Kind of yellowish light versus pure white light. And I'll show you in the dark what it looks like. So you can kind of see the bed, driver's side lit up, and the other part. What do you think, Brandon? This is pretty useful, huh? Yeah. All right, let's do the brake light. All right, so now I'm underneath the rear bumper. You could see the hitch bar here as well. And the license plate bracket lights are actually easily accessible from underneath. So you could actually just twist this, show the light bulb right there, and replace it. So as you can tell, this regular incandescent bulb is not super bright. And since we're going to LED everywhere, I really want LED everywhere. So I have to use a little bit of force to pull it out once again. And then from the kit, I get another LED bulb, plug it in. Let's see here. Let's see if it will come on. Whoa! It's already, I don't know if you can tell, but it's already so much brighter. So let me insert it, and then we can test it out in the bumper. Look at this. The driver's side, once again, is new LED versus incandescent. And the new LED is much more powerful now. Every policeman can see my license plate very, very clearly.
Oh, right. Well, you kind of get the gist on how these installs go. It's a pretty straightforward process which can be done at home. And we've gone ahead and kitted this Ranger out with all the goodies. So let's start out here in the front. One of my favorite features that F-150 LEDs offers are these marker lights which go in the grille. It gives it a very Raptor look without it, of course, being a full-blown Raptor. But what I like about this kit is sometimes they're pretty tacked on, sometimes they're pretty sketchy, but you can see that these are nice and subtle. They fit perfectly within these little ridges in the grille, and when you're driving down the road, it's got a really cool look to it. Now, of course, we did the main beams and the high beams, super easy install on those, as well as the marker light. So we've got full LEDs throughout on the main lighting. So we wanted to take this truck a step farther by adding a set of pod lights up here to the A-pillar. Angled out here in Colorado, we have a lot of deer, we have a lot of wildlife, which has a tendency to run right in front of you, and having these shoot just off to the side of like a trail at night is a great way to prevent an accident. Now, usually when you're installing pod lights, it's a lot of running wires throughout the vehicle, and then the worst part is cutting a hole in your dash or your center console to install a switch, which then of course doesn't look factory. Not a great solution. Well, F-150 LEDs has solved this issue through this little clicker. So there's no physical button on the dash. Instead, you take this clicker, you can flick them on, you can flick them off, but you can actually do several other things. So for example, if I push this first button, I can get them to flash. So if I'm trying to warn people that maybe there's a hazard, maybe I'm stuck off to the side of the trail, that's an option. You can also do a strobe, which is a really great feature, and then click it off all at the push of a button. Keep this in the car, keep this in the truck, keep this on your keychain, and you're gonna be good to go. Now, making our way to the back, we've also addressed another problem which often goes overlooked by most truck and off-roaders. So reverse lights. Of course, mandatory by law, the Ranger has just a small square on each side of the tail light which illuminates in the back. But if you're going up some sketchy trails, right, you're backing up on the ranch, you're trying to back up a trailer, those lights not only alert people that you're backing up, but they're supposed to provide some brightness to illuminate the path behind, and stock, the Ranger taillights just don't. So this is a really cool solution. Pod lights underneath the bumper. Also brought to us by F-150 LEDs, a very slick install which is hidden away from view for the most part, except check this out. When I put the truck into reverse, I no longer have just a small amount of light emitted to, light up the sketchy trail I'm backing up, but now I have a huge, bright spotlight which I can easily see what's behind the truck, easily hook up to a trailer. That's a really fantastic feature. So it's not just the main bulbs that F-150 LED provides too. You can also do fog lights, which is a great feature, as well as the license plate lights, and of course your chimsel, your center high mounted stoplight, which Andre did a little bit earlier. So every component is offered on this truck and really improves the lighting all around. So you're probably wondering at this point, how much do all these accessories cost? Well, let's cut back to Andre. He'll price them out and tell you the exact numbers.
Thank you, Tommy. I totally agree. Once you put everything together, I think the truck looks amazing and you have so much more light capability. But I want to show you how much it all costs. I'm right here on F150LEDs.com. As you can see, they have support for F-150s, Super Duties, Raptor, Bronco, Maverick, and Ranger 2019 through 2022. For now, of course, there will be more later. And these are the lights we got. We got headlamps, we've got fog lamps, we've got Raptor light kit and amber lights. We also got cab lights and license plate lights. We didn't do any tail lamps, and we did backup series LED pod lights and also A-pillar pods. So when you put everything together, it costs $1,319, but we're not done. Best of all, you can use TFL Family discount code for 10% off. So right here, $131 off. So, and you don't have to do all of this at once. You can pick and choose which lights and which pod lights or which lamps you want to buy, and then add more as you move on. So back to you, Tommy.
A huge thank you to F-150 LEDs for making this video possible. You know, lighting often goes undiscussed, but it's hugely important. You drive a lot at night. If you're doing an off-road trail at night, features like these pod lights can be a great addition to any truck. So be sure to check them out, F-150 LEDs. And big thank you to Andre for working on the install. Did a great job. None of this is too hard. None of this can't be tackled by a home mechanic. And as always, this has been Tommy and Andre. We'll see you in another episode.